Hi everyone. Okay, so mine are picked up a little bit. I think it because it's Friday. Um, okay, so Jack and Diane are on to the fact that Victor is trying to mess with Jabot again, and everybody is on alert that he also is going to try to break up Claire and Kyle, and the reward at the end of the whatever for Audra is her own company, but she has to break two people up. So it's just like I said before I even thought about it. I said I don't think he would go that far, and then I stopped myself and said, "Oh, it's Victor." And then I said, "Why would she want to align herself with somebody like that?" That's what I said. So it's all going to come to fruition. And on this score, I don't want to be right. The only way that um, Claire, in my mind, keeps the relationship is that somehow she's able to see her grandfather in all his ruthlessness and still makes her own decision. And then Kyle has to stand by her also. But she has to make her own decision and not worry about if her grandfather approves of the relationship or not, which has been the same problem from day one. So is she gonna be able to do that? I don't know because there's a lot of things at play here, okay? Um, does she love Kyle? Yes. Is she more naive than somebody else would be? Probably yes. However, she also, the other side of it is she was raised by Jordan, who wasn't exactly the sweetest and the most loving person to be raised by. So, she's craving that family feeling or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? More than somebody else would be. If you were raised in a stable environment, you wouldn't care what your family thinks about you so much. So, I don't know. I'm still 50-50 on whether she can stand on her own 2 feet and stick up for what she wants. Because right now, I think she's a little too concerned about what other people think. And in that group is her grandfather. So there's that. Lily and Amy had a good conversation today, and Lily put her cards down on the table and said that she wants to trust Damien, but she can't because his story keeps changing all the time, and she doesn't know him long enough to be able to have that trust in somebody. So, and meanwhile, on the other side, Devon and Abby, which this happens a couple times, and I hate it when it does because a couple goes out to lunch or dinner or whatever, and they end up spending the whole time talking about somebody else or something else. I don't get it. Like I don't like it. I don't get it. Because here's Devon. I'm worried. I don't know. I don't know if Lily can stand up for herself because I think she's trusting Damien too much. Abby is the one who says, "Well, I think she's okay. She's really smart and savvy and whatever." Okay, great. But they're talking about somebody else during their dinner. And you're supposed to believe that these people have not seen each other for a while and they talk about that. Uh, I don't know. Okay. And then we still haven't seen what's his face? Billy yet. Jason Thompson or Adam for that matter. Adam and Chelsea. Okay. This is what it feels like. They were a couple. They got all like whatever, the family's on board, well, on board and not. And then those two characters off the map. Like they flew off the planet. I don't get it. Okay. So there's that. And then the best moment today, for me anyway, was when Diane happened to see Michael. And okay, forget everything I said about Diane before. Diane is still a bad person. Okay, like a bad girl, whatever. Okay, but forget that. I like her character because she's no nonsense. So she reminded me of me because when I got a bone to pick with somebody, that's it. Until we finish it, then I'll be nice to you. But like, I'm not gonna go, oh hi, and do all the niceties. No, if I gotta ask you something or if I got something to figure out, we're gonna figure that out first. So I appreciate that part. Yeah, I like her now. And I liked her before. I just was like, I guess, okay, I'm figuring out like it takes me a while to figure out character dynamics because when she came back on the scene, first of all, I didn't know she had been on the scene before, so I didn't know. Because yes, I watched it when I was a kid, but I didn't watch it every day. Okay. And so if she came in and out of town, I didn't know that. All I knew was when she came back the last time and Kyle was not on her good side or whatever because she had left him for whatever, for like a long time and faked her death and all that stuff. And then that's when the storyline came in and I was like, oh, okay. So then I got that piece. But I didn't know about all this stuff. So I was just like, okay. And then they kept inundating that she's bad, she's bad, she's bad. So I was like, okay, obviously she's a bad person. And then when they said, oh, she's trying to turn good, I was like, well, if she's so bad, how can she turn good? So I'm starting to learn all the nuances of stuff, you know? Okay. There's that. And then let's see. Oh, they haven't had any kids on lately. Oh, I guess that was it for today. I don't know because the big question is who is Dumas still? I don't know. We all don't know. Okay, so next week they got the spoilers, right? I think they surpassed what's her name? Hold on. There's Daniel and Heather and Jesus. Their daughter. Anyway, I think they surpassed her age because when she was there before, she was supposed to be a teenager, like 13 teenager, and now she's like a full grown adult. So I think they sometimes they do that because they feel like they've run out of stuff for the character to do at that age. And then what they'll do is they'll put somebody else in there or they could use the same person, but then claim that she's like 20 something. So that way they give more range to do more stuff with the character. I've seen it done before. So that's probably what they did. Um, yeah, okay. So come back on Monday and we'll see what happens. But that was pretty much it for today. All right. Bye, everybody.